on for nearly 48 hours before watching this. After our gripping Monday night, you must have been hanging on the end of your seats, or something like that. Because now it's Wednesday, believe it or not. There are 2 days have passed since Monday. I know it's a shocker. You learn anything here. But this is finals night. But before then, it's just like when you go out for a meal. You have the main meal later. First of all, you have a starter. This starter is going to be a bit dubious. Said in the best possible way.
Trucks that didn't go so well in Spain, if people can remember.
They were a bit of a debacle.
Gear ratio settings.
They were a debacle, weren't they? You were doing about 12 mile an hour, weren't you?
Yeah, walking pace.
I shouldn't laugh at the misfortune of others, but you had to, didn't you? Let's be honest. It was one of those.
I need to make sure that's not going to happen this time.
You know what? I haven't got a clue with these things. Oh, I've driven them once before, but it wasn't on a track like this. I'll be honest. It was on a normal track, and that was disgusting. It was disgustingly funny. It was just hilarious. It was all over the place. But I wasn't the only one. We were all over the place. But
yeah, it was. I think only Comaneci. I think he was racing it last time. I think only he knew what he was doing. The rest of us.
Oh, that's funny. I just forgot we're doing 4 laps, so I'm going to put... Oh, I can't put 5 laps of fuel in. I can only put 6. Fair enough. That's alright. Whatever they want. I better turn my engine brake around.
Better than 80 litres.
Right, so what's it? Best final drive? Oh, my final drive is on 17.5. And Berry's is the first person...
Drive.
Oh, right. Okay. Leave it as is. Keep everything as it is.
That's what I made the mistake of last time. And then I was going walking pace.
Oh, dear me. We're laughing already. This is going to be one of those nights, isn't it? I just know it is. You know what? I'm just going to go with what we've got, and it's just going to be... It'll be a disaster.
I hope the game reset it correctly, because I had to click reset to default.
Here we go. Wow, these things sound weird in sort of super stereo. Right. This is... And we're off, kind of. Sort of. Oh my god. Did they just both crash? Wow, I'm in the lead. Duh, look at this acceleration. I know, I'm definitely going to crash. I am going to crash. Oh, get back round there. Get back round there, you rotten thing. This is awesome. This is funny. Oh, sugar. In the meantime, I'm going to say hello to Albin. Welcome, mate. Somebody just hit me.
I bet he wasn't expecting this when he logged in.
No. I'm looking at tyres at the moment. Thank you very much, whoever it was who hit me. We decided to wait for me. Thank you, Gavin. I'd flash my lights at you, mate, but I haven't got a clue. These things can't turn.
No, they can't. But it's fun.
Oh, I've just tried using my handbrake and it still didn't turn. Oh, there you go.
They don't have handbrakes, that's why.
Ah, that's why it's not working.
Yeah. If you hold the handbrake and give it a good rev without holding your clutch, you're gonna move forward. There's no handbrake.
There used to be a TV program, a cartoon when I was a kid called Wacky Races. This is it. Honestly, Google it, watch it on YouTube. You'll know exactly what I mean.
Wacky Races, isn't that Dick Dastardly?
It is. You are correct.
Yeah.
Muttley, Dick Dastardly, and Muttley.
I was a kid.
Yeah. And then Muttley just used to go.
Yeah.
And just sat there like that, and then Dick Dastardly used to hit it on the head. And he goes, sass and fuss and brass.
I remember that show. So that show was around for a while then?
Oh my god, I think it first came out before I was born.
Jeez.
I think. I went to press the handbrake again. At least I'm getting practice in. Right, we're going to go for a joker, people. We're going to go for it. Oh my god, that was good. This is actually... Oh, sugar. That was actually better than I'll be doing in a rallycross later, because I will be all over the place. Trust me, you heard it here first. Is that 2 laps? My god, it's a good job these aren't 6 laps. We'd be here all night.
It's a good thing these cars are tough, because if this was the RX car, my car would be broken.
I haven't hit anything yet. Apart from other cars, that is. Well, Bronco Brockies or whatever you call them. the sound sounds really kind of weird in a headset. It's actually...
Yeah, it takes some getting used to, but it's actually better.
It's really, it is really good. Because I'm used to having it pumping out of a surround sound system, so to have it actually in my headset is weird.
Yeah, no, it'll take some getting used to, but it's a much better setting to use for hearing everything while you're wearing the headset.
Well, it's better to have sound. There's nothing worse than driving around silently.
These wouldn't be so fun if it was silent.
Oh no way. It's like a forerunner to electric rallycross, where the only sound you'll ever hear. I mean, that's just going to sound weird. I mean, if you're someone like, say, oh, there we go. That was a new personal best.
I think electric cars, though, they're going to have their own sounds. They're going to have, like, futuristic, you'll hear, like, pew, pew. Like,
I know, but they're just going to sound like
a Star Wars gun.
They're just going to sound like a vibrator, though. Not that I know that, anyone. Disclaimer, for anyone who's listening, I don't even know what a vibrator is. I've just heard of one. Hello, Gavin. Gavin's having fun. Oh, could I possibly beat someone? Oh, no.
You're beating me. What are you talking about? You're coming second.
Oh, yeah, this is true. This thing has got the turning circle of a jumbo jet. It is rubbish.
I think it might be worse. I've seen some jets do some tight turns.
I think Comaneci must have thought, where the hell is everybody? But these are funny. I've got to admit. I wouldn't want to do a series.
These cars would be great on proper tracks, to be honest. Like with wide, I think that would be a lot of fun.
That's what we did with
build up some speed
with another group. That's what I'm saying. We did it with another group, just for messing around, and they were hilarious. I've got to say, they were hilarious. I would not criticise anyone. Anyway, I'm just going to mention it, guys. I was second. That's the only time ever I'll be second, but I was.
Yeah, next time you see him, he'll be first.
But that was awful. That was awful. It was awesome and awful. But anyway, I'm going to say hello to Albin. Welcome again, mate. And hello to Ryan, who wanted to be first on the comments. So, yeah, you were first. Someone's got to be first, I suppose, haven't they?
First in, last out.
Absolutely. FIFO.
Right, so, now we are changing cars. This is still some of our fun races before we get to the finals of the big class of rallycross cars.
Yeah, we're gonna keep you in suspense for a moment.
Before we get to the finals.
I just heard you again.
Of the big class.
That's how you sound, isn't it?
It's weird.
That's why when it first comes on, I can't mute it straight away. So I'm just gonna say, hi everybody. Welcome to Germany's finale. Let's be European. So there we go. Try to say Olonkov. It means hot dog. Cool. That is me. I am a hot dog. But I would imagine it's probably Olonkov, because there's a umlaut or whatever it is over the O. I don't know what it's. Is it an umlaut? I don't know. Do they call it an umlaut, those two dots? I'm thinking they do.
Yes.
I'm thinking so.
I thought an omelette was a type of food.
Omelette. It's spelt OLLONKO with an umlaut or whatever it is over the top of it. R. With a V on the end, because it goes on to the next line. So it says Olonkov or Olonkov. Or I'm sure you'll tell me, Zoltz. That's a great name, by the way. Zogs. Do we say do we say the X, or is it a silent X? Do we just say Zols? Anyway, you're Zols to me. That's what I'm going to call you, because it's easier. But welcome, mate. I hope you're enjoying what you get to see. And if you hang around, you'll get to see some real superb rallycross exponents. That's
so we
everybody.
Don't have a cameraman for you this time, so you will be controlling cameras.
Yay!
Just for this one.
I am head chef and bottle washer for this.
Enjoy.
This will be funny, because I'm trying to do this on a wheel, okay? Just getting that disclaimer in straight off. Yes, this is a wheel. So this is race number 2 of 3 of our fun. Good evening, JPH. welcome to this evening. Hopefully my headset sounds better than last time. I've resorted to some very, very technical repairs. I bought some Gorilla Tape.
To use on his Turtle Beach. There's a lot of animals in that.
Yeah, there is.
Story.
Yeah. Turtles on gorillas. Yeah, this is dodgy, isn't it? Anyway, we have the 3 degrees in this one. We have the 3 degrees, or is it the 3 Stooges? Not sure. The 3 Amigos? I don't know. But I'm going to stay on trackside anyway.
After this race.
I'm going to stay on trackside for the moment, and we're just going to see how it goes. Hopefully nobody gets a false start tonight. We don't want none of them. No, thank you. So we have, in the middle, a very sexy looking Mitsubishi that is driven by, is that you? Followed by
I'm in the
Berries
white one.
and Gav.
I think Berries is in
You're
the
in the
black
middle.
one.
Yeah, Berries is on the outside.
Gavin.
I went to press my accelerator then. I did, I went to push my accelerator. Gav's decided to let you both go off. I think you and Berries are going to crash. No, Berries has gone wide. You've taken a nice little angle into that and got away down the straight. I'm going to stay trackside, and I did say trackside. The first tyre bale is gone. So we're using a bit of handbrake, I think, going around there. No, I don't think it was. I think it was Gavin, but I'm not sure. But at the moment, I thought Berries was going to take you then, but he muffed it up. I did say muffed, okay? We are allowed to say that.
I'm in neutral. You don't want to be in neutral.
That's my trick, that, where you just sit there and put your foot to the floor and not a lot happens. But you're under pressure. Hold it. Don't hit these green tyres. Who's going to be first to hit them tonight? Oh, right, we're going for the Joker. Ooh, nearly muffed it up then. So is Berry's going to come out in front? Oh, no, he didn't. I thought he was. I thought he was going to come out in front of you then.
He might have slowed down. It's quite a difficult Joker exit to judge, to be honest.
Yeah, because you're off camber as well, aren't you?
Nobody can see. The person coming can't see the person exiting the Joker, and the person exiting can't see who's on the track there.
Yeah, the only hope you've got are the dots, aren't you, looking at the track map? Yeah. If you've got that up, I always have it up, just so I can see, because otherwise it's just something that's in your peripheral vision, and otherwise I wouldn't have a clue where anyone else is. I'm just trying hard to stay on the track. Stay being the operative word.
Cars are good fun.
Oh, Evos are brilliant. Cones lives matter. You are a serial killer of cones. Yeah, you killed them both. Right, so Berries is going for his Joker on this occasion. That was not quite recorded.
The Joker might actually be faster in these cars,
oh, yeah,
to be honest.
It looks it, to be honest, because you came out front of it, and he's done exactly... Oh, bit of naughtiness. Oh, did he? Right, I just thought you rammed him coming round.
I did, but he clipped the wall.
Oh, where's he gone? Where did he go?
I don't know.
He disappeared. I couldn't see him.
He's vanished.
Unless he's behind the wall. Is he behind the wall? I don't know where he is. Where is Berries? It's like, oh, there he is. I can see him. I can see him at coming down. Oh, yeah, that's called tyres. You've done it again, haven't you? You've done the same thing again there, haven't you?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, there's just tyres everywhere.
It's just almost as if he came to like a dead stop. I thought you'd press the handbrake and just sort of come to a grinding halt. But in the meantime, this is well spread out between the 11 people. I can actually hear cheering through this headset. God knows why.
Cheering.
People are cheering.
That's just me cheering for myself.
Again, these are the things you get through a headset because you get a more intimate sound, don't you? But it's just funny.
Yeah.
So you've got at least 15 people cheering. I can hear them, all of them. And they're all Kyle's relatives because he invited them all here. In the meantime, I can see Berry's flying. He's trying to bridge that gap. He's managed to bridge it a little bit. He's getting it just under 3.5 seconds. But we're on the last lap. He probably needs another lap or two to have made it really work. And poor old Gav is not happening.
You'll probably still get me. I'm making mistakes.
Oh, you have then. Oh, he might. If he gets round there quick, he might. Nah, he's not going to be quick enough, I don't think. Poor old Gav's not had much fun in this car, I don't think. It's not been his forte.
He did say when he practiced a bit earlier, but he wasn't practicing the rallycross track. He was practicing the normal
Hockenheim
short one or something.
Yeah, that's not the same. No offence, it's not the same. So anyway, coming around the corner, the last corner, to take the accolades. Would you believe it? Oh, he's disconnected. What a shame. No, I'm joking. Can you imagine if you just got to the end and just like, oh dear, I do not wish you misfortune. So anyway, it's a world first in the Mitsubishi, and the crowd are cheering. In fact, they're going mad. They're waving all their, whatever it is they're waving, but they're waving them anyway.
Mad with anger, because they didn't want me to win.
Yes. And they were all rooting for Berries. Their money was on him, and the bookmakers had made a killing because, you know.
My money was on the tyre stacks. Those things are faster than these cars.
Well, they were on Monday for me. They were miles faster than me. I mean, the ignominy, and you've got to say that right, but the ignominy of being overtaken by a set of brown tyres is just not great. And
That's
the fact that it's there,
that one before.
ignominy. You don't know that one. It is.
Never heard it before. It sounds interesting.
JPH has just said, "Is this not the start of Motormouth going mad?" I've always been mad. Come on. I think I was born mad. The midwife took one look at me, slapped my mother, and said, "This one's nuts." And she was right. Bless her cotton socks.
Come back in here.
Oh yes, we now have the wonderful BMW Coupe. I know. No, ignominy is a word. Please Google it. I've not made it up. Ignominious. But ignominy is, easiest way of explaining that is sort of, it's just shame really. It's a bit like shame. It's not exactly the same as shame, but it's something that you wouldn't be proud of. I think is a fairly reasonable explanation of what ignominy means. It basically means you looked a complete twat, to be quite honest.
It sounds like a mouthful, to be honest.
It is. Try saying it when you're drunk. It's impossible. But yes, it's
new drinking game. Try say ignominy.
Yeah, try saying it while drinking a yard of ale. Yeah, that would really be. In fact, just trying to do anything while drinking a yard of ale is pretty nigh on impossible, if I'm honest with you. Having done so on numerous occasions when I was young and silly. Now I'm old and silly, but hey, you know, at least I retain my silliness. That's all that matters in life. One must retain one's silliness.
Just checking, I don't know if Matt will be online tonight. If not, Berries can just take his place again.
Absolutely. Are you up for this one, Berries? Do you fancy riding in a Renault Clio Cup?
Alright, Berries, you are taking Matt's spot here. 163 is your number.
And believe it or not, you are actually racing in the car that I used in the last league that I was in. Oh no, when you were in the green one. I saw the green one. Yeah, Berry says, put me in there. Green. Put me in there.
He wants revenge for the Mitsubishi race. He's gonna spin me in a circle this time.
Yeah, he's gonna wipe you out. It's 7-4 on for a T1 wipeout, okay? We're not taking any more bets on this one. So sorry people if you were betting people, and not that we're advocating betting because it's gambling, and hey, who cares, whatever. Whatever you want to do, just do it. But if I was a gambling man, I might put money on a bit of paint swapping going on here. But this is all for fun, guys. It is a fun race. A license is on for these fun races, by the way. I just wondered.
They are, because you can't turn them off in lobbies. So.
You can't go off and on and off and on and off and off and on and that sort of thing.
No, you can't jump
Fair
on and
enough.
off and on and off.
Yeah, not like a light switch. So anyway, we're just about ready. We have the Fantastic Four in the lobby in these lovely Renault Clio Cups. They're such wonderful cars to use. Can you tell my enthusiasm? They are such stunning vehicles. I'm probably not going to say that one. I'm honest with you. That's probably a little bit...
I just was jumping in there to speak to the guys. I'm back. Alright.
So what did you say to him? You've got no chance, it's mine. Or I'll give you all like 300 rand if you lose.
Yeah, I was bribing them. It was all bribes.
Absolutely. It's all good. So we're ready to go. The counter has counted. The picture of Hockenheim is up on the screen.
So this is quite an interesting thing now, actually, because 3 of the guys here are driving the Renaults in the Rallycross Championship. So we've got 3 Renault drivers driving the Renault.
So
TS.
there should be reasonable exponents of Renaults, even if they're not driving them in the same way.
We're pretty good at wrecking Renaults, is what I'm trying to say.
And as one would say, if we were keeping it French, ooh la la. It's Eric the Viking. Hello, Mr. Eric the Viking. Welcome. See, that is your name now. That is your name. You have been christened Eric the Viking. I have christened you Eric the Viking. I know you're from Sweden, but we won't let reality get in the way of a bit of fun, will we? It just sounds better, doesn't it? You could be a Viking by default.
All I know is I don't need 81 laps of fuel.
That's probably slightly overdoing it. Only by sort of 77 laps, and you probably weigh about twice as much as you should. Oh, the gauntlet's been thrown. Berry says no freebies this time.
Oh, okay.
He's thrown the gauntlet down. He's
I'm
saying
going to throw myself into a wall just now. So.
just to save yourself the bother. So, we're focusing on you. You're in the middle again. The counter is going. The lights are ready. They're going to go green. I can't see them, but they've gone green. I know they have. And we've got a dog of a start from Mr. K9. Gavin's in there. True, that's right. Vikings were pretty much all over. Oh dear. Gavin has said hello to some weird sort of black box that looks spongy but isn't. It's probably encased in concrete. But he said hello to it anyway.
Well, at least we know what that does now.
Yeah. I'm not crashing into it. Promise. I'm not. So here we go. Look at this rapid cornering from these cars. It's like watching 3 old blokes walk down a street with walking sticks, isn't it? I'm joking. So anyway, for the second time this evening, Kyle is leading. For the second time this evening, Berries is in second, and the crowd are cheering. In fact, they're going mad.
I should just decree that we only race slow cars, because it's the only cars I can drive.
Yeah, we're doing well. Where's Comaneci gone? Has he gone Joker? He has gone Joker. I thought he might have done because I couldn't see him, and that seemed a bit weird. So Berries comes round, gives a bit of a slap to the tyres. Oh dear, that was not quite the usual angle for going round that corner, which meant you lost all speed. And henceforth, Berries picked him off. Actually, you should be picking Berries off, shouldn't you? That sounds more English. But never mind. But tonight he's he is a red berry this evening. Fair play, you are clutching defeat from the jaws of victory here.
I see that.
You're just playing possum, aren't you? You're just letting the other guys have a go.
Yeah, to let them a chance.
Yeah, to let them know what it's like to lead a race. Because in all fairness, oh dear, that was say hello to the tyres. Congratulations, you are the first person this evening to give those tyres a slap, and the front of your car looks like a bulldog's face.
They look like they needed a hug.
Yeah, your car looks like it needs a hug as well. No offence.
Probably.
It looks like it'd win the ugly baby contest. Oops, I
can't get this thing to turn.
I was thinking that. It looked like it was going in a semi-straight line. But then again,
it's like the wheels turn, but it wants to continue straight.
Well, the way you wallop those tyres, I wouldn't be surprised if your suspension was knackered.
It doesn't say so. I think I hit them too slowly.
You trundled into the tyres and the rubber bounced you off. Yeah, I did say that right.
Tyres were moving quicker than me when I hit them.
Yeah, they usually do faster than me. So we're coming into lap 3 of 4, towards the end of lap 3 of 4, and Berries is ripening. Sorry, but I had to use that phrase. And he's 2.93 seconds ahead of Comaneci, who managed to get up on time tonight. Well done, mate. He set his alarm. And our K9 Kyle is coming around in his slightly battered automobile. I can almost see your engine underneath your bonnet is lifted up that much.
Oh, I thought that was the last lap.
That is class. Where are you going?
I have no idea.
This is wacky races. Come on, Gav, you might catch him up, mate. Come on. I mean, I think Gavin took some serious damage off that, to be honest. But yeah, try and avoid those sort of spongy things. I reckon you could do with a handbrake on this.
I think it would be advised for, if Project Cars Slightly Mad Studios is listening, they need to put handbrakes on this car.
Yeah, because it's just not quite happening. I mean, that wasn't bad, but the problem is, unless you keep the inertia, it just goes in a straight line, and then you say hello to some rather inanimate solid objects, which doesn't really help if you want to keep moving. I reckon you're going to go in the tyres. I reckon you're going in the tyres.
Yeah,
Yes!
yeah, definitely. Good prediction. I think I would go faster in reverse, to be honest. I think the car would turn sharper too.
Yeah, it'd be like driving a forklift truck, wouldn't it? With the wheels at the end. Yeah, you're really struggling to turn that, I can tell. Yeah, you'd probably do better on. That was a thoroughly interesting race. Oh yeah,
that was the end.
Berries has just echoed what we were saying there. The amazing turning ability of that car. It is. It can turn on a sixpence.
Incredible.
It is amazing.
I think that car was almost worse for turning than the trophy truck was, the Bronco earlier.
It looked awful, if I'm quite honest. And Eric the Viking has proclaimed that it probably won't make the final because my driving style just blows the engine. That's alright, you'll have competition, mate, don't worry. A few people were doing that on Monday. It's
I think it's going to be survival of the fittest.
Yeah, survival of the one with an engine.
But don't give up.
Unless your engine blows up, in which case you can't do anything. The only way you can win, the only way you can keep going with a blown engine is to have a car like Fred Flintstone. Just put your feet through the bottom of it, just run. Might be a bit hard to shift a couple of tons of metal though with your feet.
Yeah. All right,
that's one thing I never understood.
Now into the proper races.
Yeah, they weren't proper. That's why I came second.
That's why I just let everyone win. It was all fun and games. Now,
absolutely,
get serious.
Absolutely, it gets so serious that we'll be seriously serious.
Yeah, I'll be seriously slow this time, not just slow.
I will be seriously. Another word that I'm thinking of that I might not say at this point in time, but let's just say it's the opposite of superbly brilliant.
So it seems we're both racing this one, you versus me.
Yeah, that's like song words in my favourite game, which was a song by, was it The Cause? I can't remember who sang it. No, the Cranberries or something. Oh, somebody Irish anyway. That's
something with berries in it, just because berries is in the lobby.
Yeah, they were Cranberries. Yeah, they were a bunch of Irish females, I think, who spoke in an Irish way because they were from Ireland. Because that's what happens when you're from Ireland, you speak Irish. Here you go. Something like that, anyway. It's like, what a fine day. Oh, how lovely. Is it just me and you? That'd be good.
The other guys gave up when they saw it was just us. They gave up.
They thought, that's great. So, for the rest of the night, I'm going to talk like this. I'm going to sound like Paddy. I'm Paddy from Belfast. It's like, top of the morning to you, unless it's evening. It's like, no, I'd never get away with it. I wouldn't be able to hold it down for long enough. It's just wrong. It's just mad. I think Irish accents are the easiest. We've got quite a fast
lobby here. I don't think... I mean, if we can make it to the final from this, we're pretty legendary. These are the 3 fastest guys from Monday, pretty much, we're racing against.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, you got no chance, you lot. You don't even... There's no point in you lot joining the lobby. Johnny, Magnus, Matt, whoever it is, you've got no hope. You might as well just quit now. In fact, if it stays like this, we'd be kind of alright, because there's only 3 of us. So we'd have a chance. I mean, we can let Johnny
if it
win.
stays like this, but I think they'll get here soon.
They do. Yes, time to see who survives blown engines. It is a fight to the death. The engine's gonna lose. Oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot to add Sean's setup on my car. You phallus. Never mind. It doesn't matter. I was doing well as it was. I know I was. These people have no chance. Look at their ratings. They're obviously rubbish. Not. I better slurp some of my superhuman coffee to make my driving style improve. Yeah, that's not going to work, is it?
No, I don't think so.
If this was a cartoon, I'd eat spinach or smoke blow and I'd just be brilliant. Because that's what Popeye was doing. It wasn't spinach. I reckon he was down in a bit of the old Rastafarian old Holborn.
Was it spinach or was it weed? Who knows?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. I think he was chomping on it, and that's why he was like he was. I mean, you don't get how he was from spinach, do you? And
maybe the whole thing, he was just hallucinating. Maybe it didn't happen.
And I reckon that olive oil, she was an alcoholic, because only alcoholics are that thin. It's just like, it's got to be real, isn't it? You know, he's on the weed and she's on the alky. It's just like, sorry, to the person who invented him.
Helmer is not around, which is unfortunate, because that means we're going to be man down.
Did somebody ask what
he
time
hasn't mentioned anything today.
I know somebody on the chat did ask what time we'd be doing certain things, and his answer was around about 8:15. Well, obviously it's 20 to 8.
I'm just going to go speak to the guys quick.
Just double check. Yeah, I'll be right back. Can't say that in a horror movie, mate. You're dead instantly. Anyone who says they'll be right back will be a little bit dead. And I'm just going to answer Gavin and say yes. But I don't know what he's in there. I'm just going to let him know that driver briefings is where he needs to be. And that's where people are. So in the meantime, we're getting down to the real stuff. Here's Magnus. Again, you're facing me, mate. You've got absolutely no hope whatsoever. No hope whatsoever. The same for you, Johnny. No hope whatsoever. Same for you, Ripper Rapper. No hope whatsoever. None. Absolutely nil. And what I mean by that is you've got no hope of losing to me. That's what I meant.
Alright, nobody can find Helmer.
Right, so Common Archie, Berries is telling me that Common Archie is the next sub.
We are going to throw Common Archie in here. Usually he wouldn't get thrown in this one, we would have to rearrange the grid, but it's going to take too long to do that now.
Yeah.
Helmer, if you could have, you should have let us know.
Sometimes things happen. Sometimes things happen, and I don't think people would turn up without occasionally things happen in life, and so we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But in a perfect world, if you know you're not going to make it, it's decent common courtesy, I would say, to let somebody know. But hey, one person's loss is another person's gain. So, Common Archie, you overslept on Monday, but your ass has been saved. Yeah, it could be done. You could do a Ripper Rapper, apart from Ripper Rapper is already in here to do a Ripper Rapper, but he qualified on merit this time. I've got a feeling I'll come in the top 6. Maybe.
Okay, I was just checking everyone's in. Everyone's in. Good
yeah.
To go.
Oh dear.
Hold on, your car's wrong.
Oh, sugar in a bowl. Thank you for that.
That could be a good start.
That could be a very good start, because I'm in a Megane. I don't want to be in a Megane.
Yeah.
Get
the
away.
Setup's definitely not going to work in that
I
car.
want to be in that one. Well, that's weird, because normally it puts me in the right car straight away, so thank you for that. I don't think a penalty would have really mattered to me.
I think because it was... You were in the lobby when I was changing classes, so it puts you in whatever car it puts me in when I change class.
Oh well, so we come and Archie getting on in. See, Artem could have made it. I didn't know whether... I think Artem was next after me.
Artem did make it, because Hazard withdrew.
Oh, right, so Artem's already in anyway. Oh, cool, yeah.
Yeah. That's why Comaneci's in now.
Marvellous. I just thought it was possibly because Artem wasn't here, but it's worth being on standby. Again, we'll reiterate that point. We do in all the chats, but for those of you that are drivers that are watching this, even if you don't qualify on Monday night, there's always a chance that you could be in. Certainly if you're in the next 2 or 3 places down. So this is where we have to remember that we have 6 laps. I'm not going to run out of fuel halfway round. That would be my excuse for not winning. So I'm going to put 7 laps in. I'm going to take my engine braking right down so it makes my car unstable. So it'll be like me. Well, they say pets are like their owners, don't they? So tonight this is my pet. I'm going to remember that my handbrake is my X button, and I'm going to see if I can actually use it. So we are...
The only way I can think of doing this is driving as smoothly as you can to not blow your engine. That's pretty much what's going to define who finishes and who doesn't.
That's going to be the difference between whether 7 litres not enough.
It's 6 laps, so you're going to want to make sure you got enough for 6 laps.
Yeah, sorry, I think I said 7 laps. I think that's what I put in. You've made me... I'm going to check, so sorry, gents. I am just going to double check. Yeah, I have. 7 litres is 7 laps. Allegedly. Well, I put 8 litres, 8 laps.
Sounds odd. But okay.
Yeah, a litre a lap. Is that all you're going to burn? Oh well. I'll go ready anyway. So sorry for those of you that are going to be in front, because you ain't going to see any of it. Oh my god, I'm in front. Oh, sugar! Guess what happened?
What?
I false started. I false started and I got DQ'd. It doesn't matter. It means that what I can do is try and watch everybody. So I'm going to go trackside and see if I can monitor the rest of you. So sorry whoever was behind me, because it didn't get rid of me straight away. I realised it came up on my screen that had false started, so I thought it was going to get rid of me straight away. So I basically stopped, and I think that's ruined Ripper Rapper's race. So sorry, mate, because he was directly behind me. I thought it was going to get me out of there straight away, but it didn't. So I think he hit my car before it got taken out of the race. So apologies. I thought he would have took me out straight away. I saw it come up on the screen. I thought, oh, sugar. So apologies, I've just ruined his race. So that doesn't make me feel good, I'm afraid to say. I am an honest person and I don't like to feel like that. But in the meantime, Mr. Magnus is doing what I expected. Comaneci is giving him a run for his money. The 2 Renaults and Johnny. So Comaneci's in between Magnus and Johnny, which might help Magnus actually. That might be a big help to him, because I'm assuming they're teammates, are they, Comaneci and Johnny? It's looking like it. And so, oh, there's a bit of touch in there. I think Magnus got pushed across there, and Johnny takes the lead. Obviously, that obviously wasn't meant, but Comaneci did catch him. But these three are looking comfortable, to be honest. Although Kyle is just coming around, as I could see there, a little way behind, but if he can stay safe, he's 5 seconds off 3rd place, or he's about 5 seconds off 3rd place. So if he keeps going and without any trouble, and something happens to one of the others, he could find himself in that final. In the meantime, Albin is telling us that Eric's staple diet is hot dogs. Were you meaning hot dogs, or were you meaning a bit of bratwurst? I'm sure you know what I mean with that. As for me, thank you, Mr. Berries. I did have 8 litres, but I only needed about 8 millilitres. I flicked myself into first gear too early, and I lifted my foot off the brake, which wasn't very clever. But never mind. It's not so much my race. It's like I said, it's making a mess of Ripper's race, which didn't please me immensely. But like I say, you've got Johnny Magnus and Comaneci taking the first 3 places. Those 3 are actually increasing the gap between themselves and Kyle and Ripper. Obviously Ripper's catching up to Kyle at the moment, but unfortunately, thanks to me, it's a bit of a forlorn race for him. So I wasn't aware that it wouldn't kick me out straight away. I thought it would have done, so I can't apologise enough, if I'm honest. That doesn't make me feel great at all. Anyway, can't change that now. I'll just apologise to him later. But if you're watching this stream a little later on tonight, mate, then please accept my greatest apologies for that. Anyway, as we're into lap 5, the penultimate lap, obviously Johnny's still got the lead. There's no real point in Magnus pushing it. He doesn't like ketchup. Fair enough. Brown sauce? You'll know what I mean. But so Johnny and Magnus is going to have a little go, but I don't think he'll take too many risks. They've got they've got like 10 or 11 second gap, but he probably doesn't want to take too much in the way of risk. If the chance is there, then take it. But if it's not there, then there's no point risking wiping your own car out. So like I say, we are into the last lap. Johnny's in the lead at the moment. Magnus might have him here, but Johnny's probably got the switch back. Magnus might get inside. He has got inside. That's a damn good move, mate, but he just couldn't quite. He might be able to get it on the last. He might be able to get it on the last if he comes out wide, which I think he will, and then try and come round and take an inside line. Tyres are going everywhere. Here is where I thought he might go. Oh no, I just couldn't get it, could he? I think if Johnny keeps it tight there, then yeah, he's probably got enough on that. I don't think Magnus is going to be able to get round on him there. So Johnny takes the win. Magnus takes the second place. And Comaneci takes the third. Well done, mate. Well done to you 3. Is Kyle going to make it to the end? That is the question. Or will he blow his engine? I'm not sure. Here comes Ripper, who's obviously put some decent times in, to be fair to him. Unfortunately, his night was ended by me. So that's a pity, unfortunately. As I said, I can't apologise to him enough for that one. But Johnny takes the win. Johnny takes a win. Magnus second. Comaneci takes a third. And I ruined Ripper Rapper's race, unfortunately, which makes me feel awful.
I think I also might have contributed because he hit the wall a bit, and I sort of almost did a move I did to Perry's.
Because I just assumed it was me, because I lifted my foot off the brake. I had the accelerator down. I was already in first gear. I didn't really realise I was in first gear, which is a bit noddy from me. You know why? My shifter was in first. Pillock. Doesn't matter. That's all right. But hey ho. Yeah, because I thought I would disappear off the grid straight away. So I just lifted my foot, so I did not accelerate away. And I think he hit into the back.
Accelerated into.
Yeah, I think he hit into the back of me, which isn't his fault, because it's my fault. But I just thought that my car would disappear straight away, but it didn't. Yeah. So yeah, that's a bit awkward.
Happens,
yeah, just don't make you feel good when you think you're the one that did it. Anyway, one person's loss is another person's gain. So Comaneci gets himself in, so he could do a Ripper. It's possible, because he was on the pace. He was on the pace there.
I was trying not to blow my engine. That track was killing my car.
I did mention that. I wondered whether you would get to the end, but you did.
The last lap, it just starts flying. It skyrockets. Like,
it's just. Well, I didn't get that far. I only went about 3 millimeters.
I thought you had blown your engine on the start. Yeah.
It's just literally, I didn't realise I was already in first gear, because I'm sat there in neutral, and I basically just put my foot down just before the start, and I start revving just before the green light hits, and of course my foot was on the brake
because I'm trying to save the engine from there already. So I didn't even rev.
You're just trying to start off like Miss Daisy pulling out of her drive going to work on a Wednesday, aren't you? Oh man, never mind.
I was trying so hard not to blow my engine. Luckily I didn't, but I came close.
I can't believe that. First effort in the finals, and bloody disqualified myself. Man, you're saying that it's no big loss from me, I suppose, but hey, I would have liked to at least have done a lap. That would have been a start.
Yeah, that's a pity.
So we still got
to everyone. It probably won't be your last jump start either, to be honest.
No,
it happens to all of us all the time.
It's the first time for everything. Johnny's still in here, so we need to we need to eject him from here. But we've got.
He doesn't want to leave. He wants to race again.
Yeah. So we got my teammate. Come on, Team Avery. You're gonna have to fly the flag. I've got the ignominy. I'm going to say the word again. Of the first disqualification of this evening. That is tonight's catchword, ignominy. Go online, Google it.
One driver. Oh, Stephen.
We are. Where is Stevie? Earth to Steve. Might not have invited him.
Might be my bad.
Yeah, he hasn't been invited. He's probably there panicking, going, this is mine. So again tonight we've got Artem, who didn't originally qualify. And we've also got Eric the Viking. Because that is his name.
What happens on that track as well, when you do like 3 laps, your back right tire, I think it is like gone. It's completely red.
Well, to be honest, it's the one that's taking all the flack, isn't it? Literally.
But that's like after 3 laps. Like 6 laps, it's non-existent.
It's ruined. Put it this way, if it was an F1 tyre, it wouldn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
It would disintegrate after 1.5 laps.
Evaporated.
Yeah, it would have. Who's Arnold Schwarzenegger? We know who Arnold Schwarzenegger is. But he's been terminated. Sorry. He's actually got a stadium named after him. Which I believe is...
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
He has. FC Sturm Graz in Austria. Which is... Arnie was born in Graz. That's what they renamed their stadium, the Arnold Schwarzenegger Stadium. Could you imagine that written on top of the stand? It'd have to be 8 miles long.
It's a big stadium.
I bet people are glad he didn't play football. Because it's like £1 a letter on the back. It's like, you need a mortgage. You know, what should we call him? Just call him Arnie for short. Everybody else does. Anyway, Eric the Viking has decreed, when his engine blows, see you in hell in 2 weeks where I can drive my style. I'm in hell already. My life is hell.
That's one of the coolest things you can say in rallycross.
Yeah, that's all right. It is.
See you in hell.
See you in hell. Which is easier to say than, what is it? Lankabanken or something, or... I'm sure Magnus will tell me how to spell it. Or I say it, actually. So, we have a full complement of 6 people. I've already been able to show you how not to start a semi-final. Hopefully one of these guys will show you exactly how to do it. Be interesting to see how Artem fares tonight. Because he had the pace on Monday. Just didn't really have the trajectory. But right at the front is my teammate. Team Avery. Come on. I'm impartial tonight. Come on, shorty. Oh, sorry, I'm not impartial. There we go. So, Perm, anyone from 6. Again, I look at this and think this is a semi where any of the 3.
The worst position to start, then I'd say is where
in the middle. In the middle.
Kenny's got a horrible one there on the side.
Yeah, I think everyone gets away safe. That's one good start. That's carnage!
The on the Audi.
Carnage! Oh,
the Audi hit the barrier, so he's already going to have a bit of damage there, which is going to affect his engine damage even more.
Eric the Viking is going to have to row that longboat very, very hard to catch up with these guys. But the good thing is, you've got 6 laps. He's not that far behind, to be fair to him. So at the moment, Kenny's in the place where he wants to be. Berries is flanking him, and I did say flanking him, just in case anyone's hard of hearing. Steve is in 3rd.
I just noticed we have the wrong livery here with Steve.
That's probably because he jumped him right to death. Did he jump him right to death, and did we start straight away, or did he have chance?
I thought I saw the livery change.
Yeah, because I know Magnus. I know Magnus said in the chat, "Oh, where's Stephen?" And he said, "Oops, there he is. My bad." So I think he must have come in right to the death. So
Yeah, but he was there a while. I thought
Was
I
he?
saw the thing change. That's why I started. But,
We can always look back at that anyway. If it is, then we do what we need to do. But if not, then. So at the moment, like I say, Kenny and Berry's the two of them.
Around Kenny.
Yeah, those two are pulling away at the moment. To be fair, and if they stay as they are, like I say, Kenny looks in the groove. He's got the right line going in there, but the tyres really might cause him a problem because it's immense how much damage you get off them. Oh, well done, mate. That was as close as you can get to there without hitting it, I think. I think if there was an equivalent of a golfer's nearest the pin, i.e. nearest the tyres, that might win it. Because that was really, really close.
What I said for the last thing was if anyone can get pictures of how close they can get to the wall on turn 1.
Yeah, I saw the one picture.
We judge it. It was Kenny.
Yeah,
it was Kenny posted one. He's pretty close.
Yeah,
but let's see if we can get some more pictures from guys.
Yeah, I think you should.
How sideways and close can you get with the front of your car?
Yeah, we want some
the biggest berries.
We want the biggest berries, the biggest cojones. Yeah, we want pictures to adorn the website with, really, don't we? Because once we've got that built the way we want it to be, we want it full of exciting pictures. If you're jumping in the air, if you're on your roof, we want that photo.
You want to promote the community and have pictures of everything, and the easiest way to do that is.
I think we could have a picture of that.
That's quite an impact. I think he got the closest.
Yeah, very. I said I got the closest on Monday night. I absolutely mullered the wall, but to be honest, his trajectory there was awesome. Another few millimeters, he would have got that perfect.
It was a good one, but that happens often when you're pushing it that much. Is you don't leave a lot to chance. You just
tires everywhere. He had to try it, to be fair to him, because he was like 4 or 5 seconds down. So if he'd have made it through there, he would have reduced the gap definitely, because that was a perfect trajectory. If he just got his front end past it.
I do that with a lot of cars, but I've been trying not to do it so much with the Renault because I can't figure out how to
don't feel comfortable with it.
Yeah, so, it's very odd. It feels weird. I do it with the Ford. I figured it out, and with the Mini, I can get it like pretty close and go sideways.
Not with these French machines. It must be the eyes.
These ones, I think it's like they don't turn the same. They almost turn too well.
So at the moment, then we got Kenny is without being rude or disrespectful to anybody, I think he's driving within himself at the moment. I think he's driving quite conservatively rather than being on the edge. Berries has just done his joker. So the two of those,
though, the guy's tyres are going, and you don't know what's going to happen. Because if he has been pushing, because Berry looks like he's catching him now. If he has been pushing, his tyres could be ruined.
I think you're right off the joker. If you get the right trajectory going into that first corner, because it's that first corner that either makes it or kills it. If you go into the joker wrong, with the wrong angle, that corner, Steve's dead.
Blown engine.
That doesn't surprise me, the way that he slapped into that front part. So again, Artem is going to be... Originally didn't qualify.
I see Eric's still in it. He said he was going to blow his engine. He hasn't. So.
He hasn't yet. He'll be trying though. He will be trying.
Artem is going to qualify as it stands.
Exactly.
For the final, so
he's got a 14-second. He's got a 14-second lead. Unfortunately for Shawnee, it's not gone right for him. But he's not on his roof. He isn't on his roof yet.
Kenny wins. Barry's second, and our third person to the final if he doesn't blow his engine.
So again, we've got two guys tonight in the final who did not qualify, being Artem and Comaneci.
Unfortunately, didn't make it this time.
Yeah, it's not worked out for him, unfortunately.
This is his home track. I think he is the only German competing here.
Oh dear.
To finish.
Did he get over it? Yeah, he did get over it.
He did.
Oh, he's blown his engine! Eric the Viking!
He didn't make it. He blew it.
Sorry, mate.
It, so
Albin just called it as well, in fairness to him. Oh, that's stunning. Oh, that's unlucky, mate. That's unlucky. Unless he tried to blow it.
Turn.
Oh my god. So we've got Kenny, Berries and Artem taking their place in the final alongside the triumvirate, and that is a word as well, triumvirate. You can Google that one as well. I have this amazing vocabulary of rubbish words.
Dictionary today.
That's what somebody once said to me when I was at work. They said, have you swallowed a dictionary today? I just said, it's my vocabulary. Oh, rather. I was educated once. Yep, there was the engine. That's the one thing. I can guarantee that Eric the Viking is such a Viking, he blows his engines. There isn't an engine that's been built that this guy can't blow. Everyone is trying to make one.
Artem left the race. He didn't even know he has to stick around. He's not used to getting to the final, obviously.
As the Foo Fighters said, I'll stick around, from about 1997. Or maybe earlier. I've got that album, because I've got lots of their albums, but that's another thing entirely. Anyway,
right.
Come back, Artem.
Let's try to remember off the top of our heads. I'm not even going to check my sheets. I think it was Johnny, Comaneci,
and Magnus.
And Magnus, yes.
Yeah. Magnus, we call him Magnus. Sorry, that's
How interesting is it that Comaneci and Artem both get to the final? None of them qualified for the semis.
That's what I'm saying. They actually, unfortunately, because they probably would have got close. Artem, I think, would have.
Well, Comaneci was down a race because he missed the first qualifying round, and then he
and
had
so did Artem, didn't he?
No, but he had the unfortunate DQ.
Of course,
well. So he kind of missed 2 races in a way.
True, this is true, but all's well that could end well. This could be the story of all stories to eclipse Ripper Rapper's story from the last story. Whichever the story was. Eric says he's Viking. Oh, Jesus Christ. There is hope for me. The excitement is getting to me. Even my tongue doesn't work properly. My flabber is well and truly gasted. And yes, flabbergasted is a real word. You can Google that one too.
I feel like I've let my teams down here. I see I've got Barry's my teammate, and my other team, Johnny and Comaneci, made it. I didn't make it this time.
Well, I didn't exactly. I didn't exactly do the fly the flag for Team Avery, did I? Apart from basically highlight the fact of how to do a false start, but. We're in hell next week.
You guys have educated us well, though. This round we've got to see someone on their roof. We've got to see a jump start. We've got to see... What else did we get?
Tyres going faster than cars.
Did Sean blow his engine? I can't remember. Somebody
yeah, about 3 people did, didn't they? On Monday. But yeah, Eric says his engine was about 300 degrees Fahrenheit, which is over boiling point, because boiling point is 212 degrees Fahrenheit. There you go. I learned that.
To be fair, I'm impressed that he made it to the last lap. That was impressive alone.
He virtually got there. Had he not spun, he might have been able to roll across the line.
He shouldn't have accelerated out of the turn. Just hold his clutch down and roll over.
That's what I'm saying. He could have just rolled over. He could have just wheeled his way over. I mean, you get out the car and push it just to get over the line. So here we are. This is... it. Magnus has got himself. He's got it.
Spot here. Perry's sitting on the outside there. He's got a nice line into the first turn.
To be honest, that's probably the only place that Magnus would prefer to be. He'd probably prefer to swap places with Berries. Johnny's got a.
The back.
He's
got the back there. It's Comaneci's on the inside.
He's on the end. Yeah, I thought Johnny had it. Yeah, Johnny's the red spoiler, isn't he? So to speak.
I think so.
We'll soon find out, won't we? So anyway,
I'm pretty sure Comaneci's on the inside.
Yeah, I think you're right. And Artem's just behind Magnus, so that might help him, because he did show he's got pace. And Kenny's got a real bum steer right there at the back. But again,
sometimes it works out well to be there, because if they mess up the first turn, then you can slip through. So
that is definite.
It can work out to be a great
So
spot.
we're ready to go. No false starts. I think everyone waited. Kenny's definitely waited.
Kenny must have.
I think he deliberately did that. I think he deliberately waited.
Though. Everyone's through.
Yeah, and that's what you want to see in a final. It's like you say, you can't win it in the first corner, but you can certainly lose it. There's no 2 ways. Artem went wide.
Went wide, but still on track.
Yeah, he still pulled it back. He's still. This could be the closest final. I know it's early days. It's only lap 1, but no one's really getting away yet. I think Artem again went wide over to
the only thing here is with it being tight, if they're using their gears and stuff for braking, it could lead to blown engines. So
I mean, you can argue that predictably the front two are the front two you'd probably pick, and I think I think that's going to be an interesting fight. But I think with them fighting, Berries could slip through. He could. I mean, if something happens,
Comaneci's sitting there as well.
Oh.
I think between the top four here, any of them could win.
I think Kenny came a cropper there with some tyres. Obviously, he's trying to push it because he didn't really get a good grid position. To be fair to him, it'd be interesting to see if his start was a misfire or did he.
Has anyone taken their Joker lap yet?
No, nobody has. I don't think either of these two will. The only way I think it'll happen, and watch this now, I've opened my big trap. Somebody will do it. Yeah, Johnny's gone. Johnny's gone. Oh, but I don't think he took that first part well. But he's
collision.
Yeah, and I
think it only affected him though by the looks of it.
Yeah, I think Magnus came out of it okay, but in truth, if I said anybody, Magnus probably had the right of way there.
Yeah, he was in front still. I think
and
he hit into the back.
His rear looks okay. Johnny will be lucky not to have had some damage. Well, it's the camber coming off there. The camber coming off there is awful. Berries might be able to get on Johnny here, especially if Johnny has got some damage. And also Comaneci.
He's definitely got something going on there.
Comaneci's still in this.
He is. That's what I'm saying. I think the top four, any of them could still win. Because if
no offense,
makes a mistake,
Comaneci's going to go Joker, I think. From that, he has. I thought from that angle. I think he took that well. I think he gained a bit. I think not a lot, but I think he gained a bit. So there's 2.8 seconds in it. See, Berries is still going to take his Joker, but I think what we saw before off like Magnus and both off Johnny is if you get the Joker right, if you get
like Kenny's catching at the back there as well. So
yeah, he is. He's pushing really hard. To be fair, it's just I really think he had a misfire of a start because it wasn't just it wasn't just slowly getting away. He just didn't move.
He might have been in the wrong gear or just
he just literally did not move at all for about it was like a second. And that might not sound a lot. Berries is going for his Joker. This matters. This could matter. This could matter a lot. Has he come out? Is he come out?
I thought,
it looked it, didn't it?
I thought he was going to collide with Comaneci, but I think Comaneci backed off.
It looked it. I didn't get to see. Oh, it's really hard to tell, isn't it? I've just looked at the replay.
I think he might have backed off Comaneci.
Could have.
Looked like they were going to collide.
Because out of the two cars, Berries was going faster.
Yeah.
In truth, so I know the general rule of thumb is yield to the right hand side, but I would have thought because Berries was going faster it would have been harder for him to feather or lift and coast. Plus he's coming up a hill.
The thing as well, when you're coming out of the Joker, you actually have a better line to take that. You don't have to turn as much, so it's almost a straight line up the hill.
Yeah, you've got like a 20-degree, and
the guy who's racing you to that corner, he has to rotate.
Yeah, he's got a full 90-degree or 100. Yeah, and in truth, that probably it didn't really look as if it cost Comaneci anything, but this is a real battle now. Last lap now. This is where Johnny's got. I won't say he's got Magnus where he wants him.
Will blow. If any engines are going to blow, it's going to be now.
But Johnny is where he wants to be, apart from being in front, of course. But he's in the right position. Magnus has got to hold that. He hasn't. He's gone a bit wide, so he's offered Johnny a little bit of a. He offered Johnny a little bit of a sweetener.
Opportunities up there.
But they're keeping it clean. In fairness to the boys, they're keeping it clean. This is his chance. Now he's hit Magnus there, but.
It wasn't that hard.
No, but Magnus has got the pace still. Magnus has stayed there.
He's still got it.
He's got to get this right. I think he's done enough. He has. Ooh, yeah. That's a good race. That's a real good race. Well done, guys.
That's good. Yes.
That's a bit of license destruction. Berries tells Johnny what he thinks of him.
What happened to Kenny? Kenny blew his engine.
Yeah. Oh, no,
Kenny's engine is blown.
Has it gone? Yeah, he has.
Kenny blew his engine.
Yeah, it didn't really happen for him, did it? There you go. Eric the Viking is not the only engine blower this evening. It is catching, but again, like I say, I think this is going to be the story for the season, and that's no disrespect to everybody else who races, but I think the story
That
of
was
this
a good
season,
race.
I'll be
Been a top
amazed
4 there.
if there are not. Yeah, I agree, absolutely. I will be amazed if we don't have 2 or 3 more Magnus versus Johnny. And I think that's.
I think there'll be a bit more of the Rippers here. If RS
Yeah.
Ripper comes back and Ripper Rapper, they will be in there as well.
Yeah, they'll be amongst it. But I think at the moment, on current form, those 2 are the 2. Again, Berry's kept himself in there. In all fairness, and like Berry's is saying there, that was a damn good race at the front. It was. And to be honest, it stayed quite close. The front 4 stayed quite close for the majority of the race. Unfortunately for Kenny, I'd be interested to know, if you're listening, Kenny, it'd be interesting to know what happened to you, mate. I thought you got a misfire at the start or something. You must have missed the gear or something. But it was, or like double clutched or something. Something definitely happened there, because he usually gets a really fast start. And he just...
Maybe he pulled away in 3rd.
He was just left. He just didn't get away. I mean, to be honest, my next door neighbour in a Fiat Punto or whatever it is, or some rubbish car that can do 0 to 60 in like 19 years, could pull away faster than poor old Kenny did in that race. But hey, it's a one-off. It's on the night, isn't it? Everything.
Yeah, anything can happen.
I mean, it's been proven before with Ripper before. Yeah, I know he's good enough anyway, and he just didn't qualify in that particular race through. I think he missed a race, didn't he? Or something happened that he didn't qualify. It wasn't just for racing poorly, but I think something happened to him. Oh no, he got a DQ, didn't he? Did he have a falsie in one of the races?
You might have had a jump start
Yeah,
or something.
yeah.
He usually would qualify. But,
Yeah, he's certainly top 12 material. He's certainly probably top 8 material.
And his brother is the defending champion this season. He just hasn't done that many races. He only joined us for Spain so far.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Again, sometimes life gets in the way. I know that, and it's one of those.
Sure.
It's one of those
But they
things.
are definitely, when they race, would be up there
they're
in
on
the
point.
finals.
Oh, they're on point. They're there or thereabouts, aren't they? And I think the thing that makes it good is, okay, you've got people like me that are pants, and hopefully I will only get better. And when we get round
we
to
get to fight in the bottom. We
Yeah,
should have
but-
a final for the bottom few people.
yeah.
Who's the best at blowing their engine?
Yeah, we can call it the Wooden Spoon Wonders. That just came into my head there. There was just no previous thought. But the thing that's the beauty of this is, yeah, okay, if it goes to form, you kind of know who's going to win if it goes to form. But there are so many variables in this genre of racing that anything can happen. I mean, look at Magnus on Monday night, winning a race comfortably in the last lap. Okay, it didn't
This
ruin
is
him.
Magnus's, just as the statistic, this is Magnus's first win ever in the Rally Fighters. So
Can't fault it. I think he'll have
that's
more.
good.
I think he'll have more,
Johnny has won twice. This is Magnus's first.
which is great. So well done to you, mate. Congratulations. He did say
joined our list of winners.
yeah, after 2 weeks ago, I think he wanted to redeem himself, in all fairness, and I'm sure he won't mind me saying that. And I think he had the bit between his teeth. He wanted to prove that he can do it, and I think beyond any doubt whatsoever, he proved that he can do it. Not that we doubted you in any way, shape or form.
I say it quite confidently because I don't think there's going to be any incidents in that final. It was pretty clean.
No, I think that was a really, really clean race. I think everybody took it upon themselves, and credit to them all, every single one of them, credit to them all for not just going hell for leather right from the first lap. In fact, I think 2 or 3 of them were 80-90% in lap 1, certainly from the start.
I think that the thing with this race, especially what caused that kind of racing, is that you want to save your engine, so
Yeah.
you're not going to be bumping, or you're going to blow it in lap 3.
Yeah, and turn 1 can kill you
Yeah, it can.
easily, even if you take it right, because it's just not built for 4 cars or 6 cars or any more than 2, to be honest, to get around. But that was brilliant. I've got to say, I thought the final 2 weeks ago, as a spectacle, irrespective of results retrospectively or anything like that, the actual race to watch was a spectacle. It was good to watch. This tonight, I think, was even better. Not just because of the front two battle. I think it was better because you had 4 guys who had a chance. I'm not saying could all have won it, but they were all within a chance. If any of the front guys, if any of 1, 2 or 3 had made a mistake, 4 could have won. So from Comaneci's point of view, he could have won. If any of the front guys had made a mistake, the front 2, Berries could have won. Had Magnus made a mistake, Johnny was right on his backside, up his gearbox, for want of better words. And it was that tight between those 4. Unfortunately for Artem and Kenny, it wasn't to be for them, for whatever reason. But they can be proud to get to the final. I think if you get to the final and you get to finals on a regular basis, then you should be rightly proud. I'm proud of getting to a semi. And I'm going to stop all the conspiracy theories right now, right? I did not deliberately false start in order to not embarrass myself. Trust me, I didn't. I'm going to say it now. I'm going to put it out there.
Is that a conspiracy that's going around?
Only in my mind. But I will try and race one next time, because I like hell. I had a bit of a practice there with Magnus and 1 or 2 of the boys the other night, and I actually liked it. I found it quite a nice drive.
Hell is probably the most liked track in this game. Also in real life.
I didn't crash. That's why I liked it.
The problem with Hell, the only problem with it is that people love it so much and they're so fast on it that it means everyone is fast. So you think you're fast.
Yeah, but everyone else will
race everyone else and they're faster.
To be honest, I'll just be happy to get round in as clean a way as I can. And that would be the happy thing for me. To have started off on a track like this, okay, may have been a baptism of fire a little bit, but hey ho, it is what it is. It's all practice, it's all experience, it's all going to stand me in better stead, hopefully. And I'm just going to say for Mr. Berries there, yeah, he's just concurring what we were saying, really. He just tried to make sure he was in the right position. He just tried to put himself in the right place to take advantage of the front 2, making any mistake or basically taking each other out.
Did. If an engine had blown or they'd clipped each other, I mean, all of them, like we said, were in contention. So.
Yeah, it would have been difficult for him, and I say this in the nicest possible way, mate. It would have been difficult to have taken them both. That would have been, had you done that, that would have been epic from your perspective, but I think it would have been difficult to have overtaken them both, because I think between the 2 of them, they pretty much had the track sewn up and covered. But it was good. It's all about your starting gate. I think out of the 2, I know Magnus won, and I'm not saying this to be disingenuous to him in any way, shape or form. He raced the right race. I don't think he pushed himself. I think he just made sure he defended the line so Johnny couldn't take advantage. He nearly messed it up the once, but he pulled himself back in. But had he tried to push it too much and bottled it under pressure, I think Johnny would have taken him. So I think Magnus had a really good defensive drive for the last 3 laps, because that's pressure. But what I will say for Johnny is...
And also, I don't think Magnus was going as sideways as he normally does, which saved his tyres a lot.
Yeah, I think he was, and I'm sure he'll concur with us later, but for me, he was definitely driving in a far more defensive stance for the last 3 laps. I think the first 3 was get in position, and then the last 3 was don't do anything stupid, don't do anything silly.
Yeah.
And
on this track you can do that because it's thin and there's not really any, if you hold your line, guys can't get past.
No, and again, I think Johnny did well because of his starting grid position. His starting grid position was pretty horrible. Not as bad as Kenny's. I think Kenny had the worst position, really. But hey, it is what it is. I wish they'd put 3 and 3 on the grid rather than 2, 2 and 2, because the way it lines up, you've got the 3 in a line behind each other, in the middle, in the centre. Which if you're in Kenny's position 6, as I'm going to call it, you've got a really poo position, because you've got somebody.
I think that the inside one is worse though, where Comaneci started.
Yeah, it's in terms of you're a car and a bit ahead, but you've got the inside line, so if you've got to brake before everybody else, because you can't swing out.
You've got to be much slower into that corner than anyone else to rotate enough and not take out people by going too wide.
Yeah, that's the difficulty. You've got to basically yield into corner one, haven't you? You've basically got to yield. Oh, Berries is making us all sick now. He says, cheers for the racing and streaming. Guys, I'm off to the beach.
If he goes there now, it's a bit dark.
Yeah, it's... I hope it rains, you bastard. That's okay. Have a great time. Have some penis coladas. And enjoy yourself. Have a nice... Yeah, he's off for a long weekend, I believe. We'll mess your spreadsheet up so you can't read a thing of it when you get back. It'll serve you right for going on holiday. No, seriously, have a good time, mate. Anyway, cheers. That brings to an end to finals night. I hope you all enjoyed it. We certainly did, I think. Apart from my false start. It has been fun. So, a week on Monday. Don't tune in this Monday because you'll be sat there bored with naught to watch. Sorry, but you can watch some of our videos if you want to come on our YouTube channel. You know, effectively watch some of the... I'm going to call it old stuff. I mean, it's not old, is it? But it's older.
We've got a bit of stuff from the previous seasons, and there's obviously the races that you might have missed this season are all on there.
Exactly. So if you want to catch up, get onto our YouTube channel. And if you want to come and join us, if you've enjoyed what you've watched, then you can see the Discord at the bottom there. That's why we keep it there, so you can all come in. If you want to join us, if you like what you see, hey, you're more than welcome. If you're very, very good, piss off, we don't want you. Joking. But if you're rubbish and you're worse than me, you are welcome. You are welcome. You'll make me look good. Anyway, guys, we'll see you a week on Monday, and tonight might have been heaven. Next time we're in hell. See you in hell, guys. I love saying that. Have a good night.